Oh man, do we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. We won't be going over how to complete floor 5 specifically because I actually can't do it. It's that difficult. But there are a ton of new items, reforges, enchants, and stuff to cover, so that's what we will focus on today. If you like what you see, drop a like on the video, subscribe for more Skyblock content, ring the bell for extra magic find and pet luck, check the description for all the goods, and join my Discord server. We have over 2,000 members and it's a great place to hang out. Link to that in the description as well. Thanks and enjoy the video. Hello all you wonderful people of Skyblock, welcome back once again to Hypixel Skyblock, and Floor 5 in Dungeons is finally released, and apparently we are also getting Floor 6 and 7 really soon. They said they're just about done, but they're going to give us a little bit of breather room in between floor releases. So it's exciting to see that they're finally being able to put more work into dungeons. As you can see, we could queue for floor 5, but obviously we don't have a party, and I'm bad. So today's plan is just to more or less go over all of the items that you can see. Hold on, does this dude have the chest plate I've been looking for like 3 hours? He does. No, he doesn't. Wow, what a scam, okay. But basically, they have added one new armor set that's better than adaptive. They've added 3 or 4 new weapons, a new bow, new enchants, new reforges, an aspect of the end that's better than a gilded Midas. It's kinda crazy. Alright, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to go over is if you go over to the Malakir the Blacksmith, and you go over to the Wither Essence, this is where you see all of the new items. So the first one is the Last Breath. This is a bow from floor 5. You get it from the end of the collection in floor 5, or probably a rare drop from the new Bedrock chests. Bedrock chests are achieved from getting an S+ rank in dungeons, and it's now at least floor 5 and above you can get a Bedrock chest. And so far we know that the Last Breath and the Livid Dagger and the Shadow Fury drop from these. The Last Breath is a weapon similar to the Spirit Bow, slightly better in my opinion because of its 70 strength compared to minus 30 damage. And when you shoot a target, it reduces the defense of the target by 50. And you can stack up to 2 times, so obviously make this reduce its defense by 100, which is pretty decent. It's not the best bow in the game, but it's pretty decent. I still think the Bone Meringue is going to be much better. But next we have the Shadow Fury, Livid Dagger, and the Fell Sword. Now, I want to say, everyone right now, do not buy the Shadow Fury sword. It is not good. And the reason for this is because of the Livid Dagger. Now, if we compare the stats of the Shadow Fury and the Livid Dagger, obviously the Shadow Fury has 90 more damage, which is much better than obviously strength or crit damage or stuff. And the Shadow Fury and the Livid Dagger has only 60 strength compared to the Shadow Fury's 125, obviously giving Shadow a 65 strength advantage over the Livid Dagger. So why is this Livid Dagger so much better? Well, this is because it automatically sets your crit chance and bonus attack speed to 100%. Now, I know I was kind of making a little bit of fun of the Dreadlord's sword for having 100% attack speed, and the reason was because the other stats of the weapon were garbage, and it wasn't going to make up for the extra stats from your talismans. But the fact that this Livid Dagger can outclass the Hyper Cleaver while also having a free 100 attack speed is absolutely insane. Now this alone will get it pretty close to the damage capabilities of this Shadow Fury, but there's one more thing to look at. Your critical hits will deal 50% more damage, or if you strike a creature from behind, it does 150% more damage. That's kind of overpowered. That's almost tuxedo levels of overpowered. It'd be like wearing a tuxedo set when using an aspect of the dragons in dungeons. This is the most ridiculous sword in the game, and to show you all what a maxed one looks like, check it out. I have a maxed one here. Let me turn my GUI scale down. This is a nearly perfect one. I have not recombobulated or added fuming potato books to it, but obviously if I were to do that, this would be even better. But I will compare this with the Hyper Cleaver right now, so if let me just move my Hyper Cleaver closer to make it easier to see. We have inside of dungeons 417 damage versus, 581. We have 303 strength versus 354. We have a free 100% crit chance and attack speed, and 232 crit damage compared to the new 253, which just barely beats it. Keep in mind that this is not recombobulated yet, so obviously it can be even better, and it also doesn't have fuming potato books. Now, the best part about this is, once again, you can actually reforge all of your talismans off of attack speed and go purely for damage, which is going to make your damage per second go up tremendously compared to using a Hyper Cleaver or the Shadow Fury. So I strongly recommend everyone picks up this new Livid Dagger sword if you are running Berserker, Healer, or Tank. Next up is the brand new armor set that's in the game, the right here, Shadow Assassin armor. This is comparable to adaptive armor, except it's going to be much better for Berserkers. This floor mainly focuses on berserkers and buffing the berserker class as a whole, which is something I've been waiting for a long time. Now, if we compare the stats of the chestplate gives 15 strength, but if you chose the berserker class, obviously it will give 35 strength. While the adaptive blade gives, that's not right. While the shadow assassin armor gives 25 strength and 25 crit damage, making it slightly better for damage than the adaptive chestplate. Now, not only that, but if we take a look at the EHP of this set, we have 170 HP and 85 defense versus a whopping 240 HP and 110 defense, not to mention the 6 speed you'll get as well. And while you will have much less intelligence, obviously we're berserkers, we don't really care about intelligence. If you're playing mage, I wouldn't really recommend going for this set. It's basically just going to be your zombie soldier set, and I think you're probably better off using tier 9 perfect or legendary zombie soldier for the extra intelligence and slightly higher EHP. This set outside of dungeons is comparable to superior dragon armor except for the fact that it doesn't have that 5% stat bonus. But besides that, it is slightly stronger than superior dragon armor. If we take a look at my superior dragon helmet, its base is 10 strength and 10 crit damage, while the shadow assassin has a base of 25 strength and 25 crit damage. So obviously per piece, the shadow assassin armor will outclass superior, but again, superior does have that 5% bonus, which will eventually make it better in the long run. Not to mention superior does have more EHP, so if you're thinking this is better than superior, for damage, maybe. For survivability, not even close. If you want to know the prices of this armor set right now, it's looking like the boots are right around 1.4 million, the helmet's right around 1.8 million, the legs are right around 5 million coins, sometimes a little less. It used to be about 4.8 million, but I think it's gone up because it's closer to peak hours in the day than it used to be. And oh, looks like chest plates are back in the auction house, haha, 42 million coins. Have fun getting this set, okay? The chest plate, this kind of reminds me of the old adaptive blade chest plate. When it first came out, it was like, I keep saying adaptive blade, man, I keep saying that. The adaptive armor chestplate, which was like 25 million when it first came out, and this one's even 40 million. You get these from floor 5, of course, and you cannot use the new items until you beat floor 5. So obviously, I have this for no reason besides to get it early, but I'm glad I purchased the boots and the helmet. If you want to see the maxed out boots, it's right here. I have 5-starred and hop potato booked my boots. I get 83 strength, 98 crit damage, and then 7.5 crit chance. That doesn't really matter since our sword gives us 100. We have 607 HP and 227 defense. I will compare this with the adaptive armor right now. If I could find my adaptive boots right here, you can see that the Shadow Assassin armor is a much better version of adaptive armor for Berserker. So if you do play Berserker, I highly recommend trying to get your hands on this set as soon as its price gone down a little bit, since of course Floor 5 just released, so it's not like this set's going to be cheap for another week. So give it some time and then the set will be worth it again. Next up is the Fell's Sword, and this sword is pretty similar to the Shadow Fury, except it's for healers. It can get up to 290 damage and 135 strength if you get enough kills on this sword, and it makes your healing circles slightly stronger and reduces your ultimate wish, which like revives people, by 10 seconds. And then of course you can right click to use your class ability. Of course this is the Livid Dagger, I didn't talk about it, but you can right click to throw a dagger at your enemies, which is super useful for Berserkers, because if you're trying to like run away from something, you have to like 180 to hit a Skeletor from a distance so it doesn't kill you or something. You can run around and block with your sword and it'll shoot a little dagger at it, and it's gonna be pretty nice. I assume it's going to do significant damage, just like the Berserker's passive where you throw the little axe thing. It'll probably do similar damage to that. There is a new ultimate enchantment in the game. It is called Legion. It is the most overpowered thing you'll ever see. Oh, they completely nerfed it. Wow. Okay, never mind. Legion kind of sucks now. So basically what Legion does is think of it as superior dragon armor set bonus. The more players that are close to you within a 20 block range, the higher it will increase all of your stats, except apparently not health now. I don't know why they took that out, but I guess they did. Oh, probably because someone got 5 million health in Mastiff or something. That makes kind of sense. But with Legion 1, obviously it gives you 0.07% extra stats for every player within 30 blocks of you up to 20 players. And then Legion 5 gives you 0.35% extra stats. So if you had 4 of these books on your player, you would get 1.4% extra stats for every player within 20 or within 30 blocks of you up to 20 players. That's a grand total of 28% extra stats if you had 20 players nearby, or in dungeons that would be 5.6% extra stats. Overall, not terrible, but it's about 80 million coins right now, which is kind of expensive. This used to be a much better enchant. I was really excited to talk about it, but apparently they nerfed it within the last like 10 minutes or something, so that's unfortunate. Legion is not going to be as good as I thought it was going to be. And finally, the most stupid thing they've ever added into the game is the Warped Stone. Check this out. You can buy this off the auction house for currently 6.6 million, and you can apply to an aspect of the end, and it gives 165 damage and strength, making this sword, when you're using strong dragon armor for the set bonus, pretty much the same as a gilded Midas for like 15 million coins. Correction, 6.5 million coins. Look at this. Looks like you actually can't buy a cheap one anymore, which is unfortunate. But you know, you get the reforged stone, you put it on the sword, and then you have 285 damage and strength, or 295 damage and strength with your fuming potato books. So if you want to get that, it's basically the cheap version of a Midas sword, which is absolutely crazy. I'm considering getting it, but I don't know. I'm probably just going to end up putting the Ultimate Wise 5 on it because of the Shadow Assassin's thing, where if you teleport, it, depending on what armor piece you're wearing, it gives you some special stats. So we don't really know how to kill the boss yet. Apparently there's this boss, his name is Livid, and then he summons like 8 clones of himself, and only one of them's the real one, and you can't tell which one is real, and they all one-shot you. So have fun trying to take out that. Apparently if you hide in a corner with all of your team and spam healing, you can sometimes kill him. So if you're looking to defeat floor 5, that's my recommendation right now. I'm not sure if it actually works. I haven't been able to beat floor 5 myself. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's episode of Hypixel Skyblock. If you did enjoy, drop a like down on the video. Subscribe if you are at all new to the channel. Wow, I am talking fast. Alright, have a good day, everyone. Take care.